Hello, my friends. Huey. Now, I will say, I apologize for not uploading yesterday, but I was very tired yesterday, alright? And, I just thought I would, let you all know, that this is definitely not going to be the last time this will happen because it is kind of hard to upload one video a day, because I do have work to do. And, sometimes I just kind of get a bit too tired, a bit too low energy, and I don't really feel like saying anything. Because my head is just completely kaput. Um, so, you know, um, today we're going to finish off um, uh, my vinyl collection. I can't even speak already. I slept for quite a bit earlier. I worked 5 to 9 a.m. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. that is. And then I went to what am I talking about? I got home from work and then I just kind of slept after eating a little bit. But I'm back. I'm back. Um, Hopefully I can keep this up. But let's get to the rest of my files. I only have a few left, but I have a fair amount to say about each of them, so yeah. The desk is very far away. Let me get a clicker. Um, the first one for today is the one I mentioned earlier. It's called Love What Survives by Mount Kimby. This album's kind of popular. It has a few, it's kind of notable. It has some notoriety, especially with the song, Marilyn by, featuring Mikachu. Mikachu is a really good musician, by the way. I really like him. But, this is an album that connects to me on a very personal level. It has a lot of, aesthetics and ideas I really, really like. Um, it has a lot of artwork made by I can't remember the name of the artist, but he does a lot of editing stuff. But yeah, on the inside you can see some photography done by him, featuring this very specific piece of artwork. It is also featured on the vinyl stickers themselves of these like kind of stick men that are in it. And This album sounds like a very empty and sad suburban place when it's cloudy. It's very upsetting, and some really dark moments are in it, such as on the song Blue Train Lines, which is probably one of the most dark and upsetting topics I've ever heard Archie Marshall, who's the feature, talk about. Um, But there's a lot of variety on this thing, even if you might not notice it the first time you listen to it. Because the first couple times I listened to it, I wasn't as big a fan, um, but it kind of hits a bit more later, like the more I listen to it. There's two features. I mean, sorry, uh, with James Blake, and James Blake has a really really strong voice, and it like penetrates my feelings a lot. It's something that like makes me just feel sad to even remember how he sounds, especially on the song "How We Got By," which is an excellent closer. But yeah, this is a really good album, and I highly recommend it. Pretty accessible. And I don't know, I just like it, man. I just like it. That's that one. I don't know where to put this stuff, man. One second. This shirt is pretty small for me, I will admit. So next up is one none of you will see coming. Swans, soundtracks for the blind. Now, a lot of albums by Swans I would consider a perfect 10, but I just don't own them on physical because they're kind of expensive, and I just don't see them very much at stores. But Soundtracks for the Blind is definitely the black sheep of their discography, and I still will consider it its black sheep of the discography. It is a very strange album for the time. It's all about it's full of just a bunch of ambient tracks, like a ton of ambient tracks, and it's just very empty and drony, and there's a lot of tracks that go over 10 minutes within it, and there's it's got a bit of a soundscape thing going on, and there's a lot of different vocal performances on it, such as with Jarbo. And it has a lot of songs that just like stick out like a sore thumb, or like, why is this on here? But it kind of adds to the mystique of it, in my opinion. For example, the song Volcano, which is one of my favorite songs ever, like full stop ever. One of the darkest songs I've ever heard, and one of the most unique productions I've ever heard for a song. So that's puts it up there. It feels very out of place for the rest of the album because you've got tracks such as Red Velvet Corridor, which is the first track, with this like very drony sound, and then you've got a little later this electronic sort of dance sounding track, but it's really dark and it still feels at home on this release, being Volcano. The other things, it is a whole 2 hours long. It's a 4 album release, so it's probably the longest album I own. It's a 4 vinyl release. Sorry. It's definitely the longest vinyl I own, clocking over 2 hours. And they managed to put it in mostly the same order, which I'm impressed by, unlike the Seer, which I would love to own on vinyl, but at the same time, I am frustrated that it's in the wrong order for that release, because the digital version feels perfect, the ordering of those songs, but the vinyl release is so messed up. Everything is wrong with that ordering of songs on that. But yeah, the Soundtracks for the Blind is one of my favorite albums of all time. Oh yeah, there's also themes of, getting old, themes of dementia, themes of losing your senses, themes of forgetting, themes of your upbringing, how you get older. Yeah, it's an album I really, really love, and I would highly recommend listen to pretty much anyone. It might be kind of hard the first few times because at first I was like, this is really boring. But you have to be in the right headspace. It's especially great to listen to while you're like studying. It's perfect for studying, really, and or driving while it's quiet and you're kind of sad. It's really great. The album cover is also very iconic, in my opinion. The backside being this, and it's about it has a theme of losing sight. It is a soundtrack for the blind, that is. I would open it up and show the inside of it, but it's not too much to write home about. It's basically just this and this on both sides. I will say, though, it does come with a poster, and I really like how the poster looks. It has some stuff on it that you don't see in the album, mostly being just this cloud formation. And yeah, this has also inspired a lot of drawings from me as well, this whole release. So yeah, love this album. It's really good. All right. Now we're going to talk about the last one for now. The last release. It's not nearing the end of the video, but we're going to talk about Girl Basket of Fruit. This is an album that took me a little while to get really into. And it's also got an album cover that if I was ever to get a tattoo, it would be this. Be this fucking thing. This is Girl Basket of Fruit by Shushu. Spelled Xiu. And it's by far probably the darkest album I own, followed by another Shushu album, Ignore Grief. But I like this a lot more than Ignore Grief. It's a lot more full of variety. It's got a lot of really disturbing concepts in it. It's got this really nice album cover. I love the purple on it. It's like a really good shade of purple. It's giving the 3DS purple, the purple 3DS. That was one I owned for a long time until it got stolen. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. It's one vinyl. It's a pretty short listen. And this was an album I was afraid of for quite some time. When I was on a subreddit for undisclosed person, I saw a thread that said, "What is the scariest song you've ever heard?" And the top comment was Mary Turner on this album." And I was like, "Oh, I've heard some pretty scary songs. I've heard songs like Volcano. I've also heard songs like what's another scary song that I heard before listening to this? Mm, I don't know, Volcano. Um, I guess like To the Sun, Toussaint L'Ouverture, by Swans. Because of the like incessant screaming in that one part that brings a lot of anxiety. But I was like, surely it can't be that scary. It is. Mary Turner is one of the darkest and fucked up songs I've ever heard, and I'm gonna leave it at that. What I'd recommend you do is look up the lyrics and then listen to it at the same time. I apologize for that listen if you're doing it soon. I really, really do. But it's something that I think we all should be aware of, and it's something that actually happened, and um, yeah, it's a part of our history, American history specifically, and we can't shy away from that kind of thing, man. It's really serious stuff. But anyway, um, not to get too serious, but there's also tracks on this thing, such as the title track, being very dark and being about undisclosed topic because I can't talk about it here. And then songs about having loved ones with cancer and having to deal with that, specifically your siblings. Songs about trying to move on from your rough living space. Songs about being stupid kids. It's very Halloweeny. That's another thing I like about it. The song Pumpkin Attack on Mommy and Daddy is like one of the most Halloweeny songs I've ever heard. It's got this really intense dance beat that's really dark, along with a bunch of samples of a conversation going on, saying stuff like, "You're such a fucking asshole baby. He's gone and terrorized all the children in the neighborhood," like stuff like that. It's also about a true story of Jamie Stewart terrorizing some annoying kids, I think. I think it was like a bunch of annoying kids. Um, oh no, it was people that worked at the Cobalt Cafe. That's right. I'm not gonna go into any more detail though, because it's a whole story. But this is an album I really like, and it's not the nicest listen. I don't really I don't really recommend it to everyone, especially those with kind of weak ears. Not in an insulting way, but some people have met that don't like the sounds I send them because it's a bit rough on their ears. This is definitely one of those. Heavily recommend this one, and yeah, yeah. I don't know how else to end it. Mm. So that's every album I own that I consider a 10. I'm probably gonna do more of these, but maybe spread out a bit more. Maybe I'll do like a topic and then I'll review an album. Or not review an album, but talk about my 9 out of 10 albums, and my 8 out of 10 albums, and then my 7 out of 10 albums, etc. that I own on physical. Because there's a lot to be said about my vinyl collection in my eyes. A lot for me to say, at least. And that's the end of this part. The next part of this video is about something pretty serious. So for those who just want to hear me talk about vinyls, it's now time to click off. I decided to talk about this as a second topic. As it turns out, yesterday was the passing, or at least I think it was the passing. I don't know if it was like a delayed. We found out about this later. But Ozzy Osbourne, lead singer of Black Sabbath, has passed away. Probably, I'm not sure what it was from. But yeah, it's really upsetting to hear it. Ozzy Osbourne was not someone I knew super well. I didn't have the deepest of connections with him. Um, because I barely ever listened to Black Sabbath until this month. Usually when I listen to music, nowadays, I want to listen to as much stuff as possible. I love having a huge catalog of music to listen to. I like being able to join in on conversations and talk about a ton of different musicians. And this month was very much focused on that. I was listening to the most popular albums of all time, as listed by Rate Your Music. And a couple of those releases were Black Sabbath albums. And now that I actually have some more context and I listen to the beginning to end of the official versions, not the radio edits, and just hearing it full display, I appreciated Black Sabbath a lot more. And it's extra guttural punch for me because I didn't even know about I right before his passing, I was just listening to his music for the first time, and songs that I originally thought were annoying, I really did not like. I now have a new appreciation for, such as Iron Man. Um, and it's really sad hearing this, like such a huge voice, um, you know, figuratively and literally just gone, man. And I'm at least glad that he passed at 76. I'm glad it wasn't such an early, death. Um, and while I don't know about if there was any like negative things he's done, I still like seeing him in clips. I would love to watch some of the Ozzy Osbourne show. Seems like such a character. He's made me laugh many times. I love seeing him. When I watched Berg Skeletor Joel, he liked to show clips of Ozzy Osbourne here and there, such as one where he's at the dentist office, and the dentist asks him, "Would you like a rinse?" And he slowly gets up and just goes, "No." He just seems like such a character. Seeing him sing Winter Wonderland is quite a insane thing. I always post that video every time Christmas happens, on the day of Christmas. But yeah, like I remember talking about Ozzy Osbourne after listening to some of Black Sabbath and gaining more appreciation for it. And I remember saying, I'm surprised he's still alive. Like, and it really hurts knowing that just almost like a week and a half later he'd be passed, and it makes me extra upset knowing that I just started listening to his music, and I wish I was more appreciative of Black Sabbath as time went on. I'm very sure, I totally believe that he did shape music, especially rock music as we know it, elements of heavy metal and actual metal. not actual metal, but metal as a genre. Um, and lots of um, I don't remember if Black Sabbath was on Guitar Hero. I'd imagine that they were. Um, Probably hurts extra for a lot of Guitar Hero players. Um, it's a weird thing to say, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of connections out there. Like, um, and it's just nice knowing that such a lead singer could be so valued and um, so memorable. He's got such a fun name, Ozzy Osbourne. Um, and it's just a big reminder that legends within the music world, such as like David Bowie, um, and you know, uh, it's hard for me to think of very many past. I guess MF Doom or I can't remember the lead singer of Nirvana. I can't remember his name, but yeah, it's just another reminder that these legends who make really good music only have so much time left, like we do, and anything can happen, and it's just an unfortunate reminder. But they live forever within us, and I really like Ozzy. I appreciate Ozzy Osbourne a lot now. I used to make fun of his vocal performances. I used to be not that big a fan of him, but I've realized that, hey, it has its place, and um, I appreciate it a lot more now, hearing it through the actual song releases themselves and in the correct context. Um, so yeah, I don't I wanted to save that for the end because I didn't want to like start with it and then have it awkwardly transition away. I don't know, like it's a bit off the cuff. Um, but yeah, I love I like Black Sabbath, which is something I never thought I'd say. And yeah, I'd like to end this video now. Hard to transition into that, but thank you for this journey of going through my favorite albums I own. I'll think of something for tomorrow, I promise. Something I'll make tomorrow. I don't know what it will be. But yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all later.